morning from the Silver.gypsies. So I got some pretty exciting news. Today, a mate of mine, Trampus, and myself, we're going to embark on a 5,000 kilometre or 3,000 mile journey down into New South Wales and Victoria from up here in the north of Australia in Queensland. And we're going to go and do a 14-day trip through the snowy mountains and some beautiful roads. Along the way, we're going to be picking up some other friends who are going to do certain legs of the trip with us, and then they'll come and go as they please. But this is going to be one awesome trip. The weather is looking really good for us. No rain forecast. It's going to be a bit cool, but in certain places, especially in the mountains. But we're looking forward to a great 14 days full of pretty good laughter and probably a lot of beer drank and a lot of lies told. So just sit back and enjoy this ride. This is going to be a multi-part series, but you're going to witness some great Australian roads. So I'm with my mate Trampus here. So what's the go, mate? Where are we heading?
We're heading to Victoria, the high country and the snowy mountains.
Oh yeah. So we got a 10, 11, 12 day trip or something road, I'm not sure, but about 5,000 k's or 3,000 miles. So keep your eye on our travel. Falls Drive is one of the Southern Downs region's most popular drives. On this route, you take in the waterfalls along Spring Creek Road, Browns, Dags, Queen Mary, and this one, Teviot Falls, where the Teviot Brook cascades 40 metres down the escarpment to join the valley floor.
We're standing on a platform at Carr's Lookout that was donated by the money that Harold Archibald Morris Rhymes donated to the local community after his death in 98, beg your pardon. Harold was a great mate of mine. I knew him for about 20 years prior to his death, He was a timber cutter. We'll ride past his place in about 10 minutes time. He lived in a bag hut for 10 years, 16 years actually. And then he drug his house that he found and built across the creek to where it was when I met him. It's now gone because the local farmers bought the land and just destroyed the house. All you can see now is the memory.
Good morning, Silver.gypsies. So we're currently at Teviot in New South Wales and got a big day planned today. What's the plan, T?
We're going to head to GI first and grab a coffee. It is a bit chilly here this morning. And then we're going to head off and end up down at Armidale with a few back roads.
Yeah, so about 450 odd kilometres or 300 miles. Doesn't sound like much, but there's a lot of mountainous, twisty roads. So
The bit, Seedy, he's lying.
Thanks for that, Bill. Alright, see you on the road. Teviot, with a population of over 4,000, is located in the northern tablelands of New South Wales. The streets of the main township are lined with heritage-listed buildings from bygone years, with a town centre that offers everything you need, including plenty of good dining options, great coffee, beautiful shops, and all types of accommodation within walking distance from it all. Teviot offers the trifecta of countryside, national parks and history, enticing travellers with its genuine stories, people and adventure. The charming town of Glen Innes was established in 1852. With a population of over 6,000, it sits at an elevation of 1,100 metres or 3,500 feet and is ringed by World Heritage rainforests, hosts an outrageous annual Celtic festival and is part of the region's Fossicker Way touring route, paying homage to its gold and gem rush history. The New England countryside around Glen Innes is lush, all rolling green fields and World Heritage listed forest. If you didn't know better, you'd swear you're in the Scottish Highlands. Small wonder that the European settlers also saw the connection and named the area the Glen Innes Highlands in tribute of its likeness. Glen Innes is one of the stops on the Fossickers Way touring route, which also takes in the towns of Barabba, Inverell, Tamworth and Armidale, among other New England towns that were in their heyday populous and prosperous during the gold and gem rushes of the 1800s. Small wonder the region is known as Gemstone Country.
The egg,
What do we got going on here, Bill?
the sausage and the tomato with the tomato ketchup. The beautiful coffee.
And I've got the eggs Benny with a side of avocado and bacon. do we got for brekkie, T?
Just a cheese and bacon melt, chicken and bacon melt, sorry, and some feta cheese rabbit food.
Nice. I'll be interested to see what you think of it, seeing as though you're a world-class chef. So this is Heffron's Lookout. We're on the Gwydir Highway, probably halfway between Glen Innes and Grafton. Beautiful road surfaces, just beautiful twisty windy mountain. It's great. Boys are having a ball. We've just finished doing the Gwydir Highway. What do you reckon?
I think it's one of the most beautiful parts of the country. I think it's great scenery, beautiful roads, and I think Australia should get out and see their country a bit more.
Yeah, I've got to say, it's one of my favourite roads in Australia, that one. So,
many more to come.
Absolutely.
Folks, it's me again. We've had our sausage this morning.
Who's me?
Me, his friend, William. Just called in to see Rod and Kate Lawrence on the road to Armidale. So the Nimbo River is just down there. We'll head up over the mountains that way and through Ebor and then on to Armidale, about 160 km from here.
Yeah, about that. Yeah. So yeah, not a real good road, but it's scenic.
No, it's a bit potholey, but there's not much traffic around, so it's real good. You can just poke along.
Makes it easy. Anyway, let's go and have a look at this joint.
Righto.
I'm thinking snackies.
She can actually permission to them to make
Ginger root pie. Is that a cross between Indian and Chinese.
No, kangaroo and kangaroo.
I'll be having one of those.
So we're at Nimbo River camping and canoeing. So it's not quite on the Nimbo River, but there's a creek down the back here. I'm going to have a talk to Roz, who runs the place. But yeah, beautiful little spot, and the creek down here is just pristine, beautiful, clear water. So I'll just turn you around and give you a look at that. Down there somewhere. So that used to be raging white water years ago, and there was a power station here that the manager Roz will be able to tell us about shortly. But yeah, this is a beautiful place.
Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Okay, so I'm here with Roz from Nimbo River camping and canoeing. I've been past this place many times over the decades. First time me and the boys have called in. So it's a great place, Roz. Tell us a bit about it.
Okie dokie. Well, our little campground here is owned by the community and operated by the community. Most of us working here are volunteers. But this used to be, there's a little creek running along here, and this little creek used to be a raging white water slalom course, and that white water was actually came from the nearby Nimbo River, fed by gravity, and just behind us there's an old hydro station, and that was pumping for 90 years, and the tail race created this huge torrent of water. And they were actually going to have the Olympics in 2000, the Sydney Olympics. They were going to have that here. Just before the Olympics, when I say just before, like about 10 years before, they discovered that there was some sort of bylaw that said it couldn't be this far from Sydney. However, they built some cabins, all sorts of things here in prep for that, and then unfortunately 10 years ago, the pipeline coming from the river collapsed, and as a result, no water coming through the creek, and so that was very sad. But on the upside, this giant property, it's 40 acres, was sold from the power company to our local community for $1, and so we have now inherited this beautiful big space. We've got a campground here, caravan spaces. We've got a big events shed. That's got like a kitchen going with it. Of course, it's a little bit tricky because this day and age, small businesses are struggling a fair bit, especially with overheads like insurance and power and what have you. But so we are now running the place ourselves. We employ a very small group of people because we can't afford to pay any more people. But we have a mob of volunteers. I'm a volunteer. We have just set up next door. We had a big fire came through here about 6 years ago. Bushfire took out 90 houses here, and many of us have rebuilt, some of us are still rebuilding, but one of the upshots of that was we did attract a little bit of funding, and a mob called Fire to Flourish gave us a grant, and now we have used that to build a cafe next door, and that's the reason that Stu turned up and stopped, because apparently He's driven past it all these times, but has never come in. Now we have a cafe, which is a fabulous thing for us locals to have.
Great attraction, and the pies, the Vindaloo pies,
yes,
like curried kangaroo.
And so that's sort of bringing more people in here, and we're hoping, we'll get more people come and stay. But we've got a little creek running here. It's an awesome place for kids, and we're battling to keep it going. But today's our open mic. We have that once a month. One thing we learned after the fire, when so many of us lost our places, was that really the power of us as just everyday people to do stuff is really real. Like, we've all got each other's back, and hopefully we'll be able to keep this place going. Yeah.
So for those people that would like to come and visit here, how do we find it?
Well, you could just Google us, Nimboida Camping and Canoeing. That's our website, ncandc.com.au. But if you look for Nimboida Whitewater, we also run a whitewater. The Nimbo River is only 5 k's away. We have rent kayaks and canoes. So you could search for any of those things. You'll get us online.
And we're about 30 minutes south of Grafton.
About that, yep.
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
Righto, Ros. Well, that was awesome, and look, I hope this brings some business to you.
Yeah, good on you. All right, cheers. Thanks very much.
We're in Guy Fawkes National Park. I've just left the town of Ebor, so we're just on the outskirts of it. It's only about a couple of 100 feet from the main road, which is Waterfall Way. That's the highway we're doing at the moment. But we've just stopped here to look at Ebor Falls, so EBOR. It's supposed to be very pretty, and the people in town here said that it was flowing quite well at the moment. So let's go and have a look. Ebor is a picturesque village that is located midway between Armidale and Coffs Harbour, and you will be surprised by some of the unique things to do and the places you can explore. Located 5 minutes drive from the village, Ebor Falls offers spectacular waterfall views, scenic lookouts and a picnic area. Easily one of the most beautiful waterfalls in Australia, Ebor Falls cascades over 100 metres down tiered columns of graphite coloured rock with spectacular views down the Guy Fawkes River National Park. A walking track links the upper falls and the lower falls lookout platforms via the escarpment edge, and is an easy walk that's suitable for children. You can start out at either end and return via the road. What do you reckon of this, T?
Beautiful.
Well worth a stop, wasn't it?
Beautiful part of the country.
So I thought you were going to go for a swim.
Always keen for a quick trip.
Guy Fawkes National Park was named in 1845 by George Park, who camped in the area on the 5th of November 1845 on Guy Fawkes Day. The Gumnaga people traditionally called Ebor Falls Martium, which means the Great Falls. If you love the raw power and beauty of rugged wilderness, then a visit to Wollomombi Falls in New England is your idea of heaven. The waterfall cascades 220 metres over the dramatic cliffs to the valley below. Make your way to the nearby lookout and gaze over the highest waterfall in New South Wales. If it's been raining, you'll soak up more than just the scenic views, as the massive gorge fills with mist and the occasional rainbow. Access to Wollomombi Falls is by sealed road and is not more than 2 kilometres or 1.5 miles from Waterfall Way, the main road. Well, we made it to Armidale unscathed in the New England region, where Bill Trampus and myself picked up 2 more mates, father and son duo, Mick and Luke. Sadly, Bill would return home the following day. After all, some people have to work for a living. After many beers, many tales and a pub dinner, we retired for the night, eagerly awaiting the next day's ride to Mudgee in the central tablelands of New South Wales. Join the Silver.gypsies on our next episode as we continue our journey through the high country to the Australian Alps.